you know that you could study completely tuition-free in top universities in Brazil, even if you are not a Brazilian? That's right, free university education, a world-class degree, and no Portuguese required at the point of application. It's all possible through a little-known program called PEC-G. Stay with me because this video could change your life or the life of someone you know. Alright guys, so on this particular website, all the information you need as regards PEC-G, you will find them here. So this is a Brazilian program for students at undergraduate level. Okay, so the selection process for this year's every of the information that you need, you will see them on this official site. They offer free admission vacancies in Brazilian education institutions, and there are like 74 participating countries. And one of the beautiful things about it is that there is no quota. Last year, almost 47 to I can't remember, 50 or 60 thereabout Nigerians got this opportunity. So if you, your brother, your sisters, or whoever you know is interested in doing an undergraduate studies in Brazil, this is the right opportunity. Free admission vacancies for complete undergraduate courses. You will see them on this website. So the courses are all in areas of knowledge. For example, if you have been trying to, let's say, study medicine, nursing, architecture, education, but it has been proven abortive in your home country, why don't you just go for this opportunity? So it's actually a free application every year. So, and the whole process is usually done not the whole process, but part of the process will be done by you, and the rest is going to be completed at the Brazilian embassies and consulates in participating countries. So they usually say that students must return back to their home country. So the item number one on my screen is PEC-G and PEC-PLE 2026 selection process. But before we go deep into that, we have something called PEC-G and we have what we call PEC-PLE. PEC-PLE is for participants or interested students that don't speak Portuguese yet. So what you're going to do the first year of getting to Brazil is to learn Portuguese. Thereafter, you will start your program. But if you are coming from Portuguese-speaking country, don't forget we have 74 participating countries. So out of these countries, there are some that already speaks Portuguese. So if you are coming from Portuguese-speaking country, you're just going to start your program straight, and that is PEC-G. But if you're going to be learning the language first, yours will be PEC-PLE. So the whole selection process, everything, you will see them here. So let's take a look at other items that is going to be valuable, where we can see valuable information as regard talking about the calendar, the announcement, the vacancies, who can participate, how to apply, documents for registration of selected candidates, results of previous selection processes. If you want to see the results of the last year, you will see all of those here, right? So starting from the first one, what are the important information we need? The first thing we need to know is that the registration is free of charge. You do not need to rely on third-party services. So all you just need is to contact the Brazilian embassy or consulate directly. Okay, so the next one is PEC-G and PEC-PLE 2026 calendar. They have date already, but the information here says the date may still change. Nonetheless, the deadline, everything, you can see them on this particular website. So the preliminary results, if you want to see all of that, you can see them here. So PEC-G 2026 undergraduate vacancy spreadsheet, you will see on this particular page, you will see different schools, the courses available there. So because there will be need for you to pick schools, and there will be need for you to also pick desired courses. So you also see the PEC-PLE. Don't forget I said we have PEC-PLE. Not all the schools, I'm not sure if all the schools does PEC-PLE, but if you are coming from English speaking country, definitely what you'll be going for, what you should be shooting for, will be PEC-PLE. So look at the schools that are available for that right here. So information about undergraduate courses that are taught in Portuguese, Spanish, French, and English. So do all of that right here. Okay, So who can participate? For you to be able to participate, you must be a national of a country, of the participating country. Out of the 74, your country should be among, and you should be living outside of Brazil. You shouldn't be a Brazilian nor having a Brazilian father or mother. You must not have any type of resident permit, okay, except a tourist visa. You must be at least 18 years. So if you are lesser, if you are not up to 18 years, you are not qualified. You must have completed or be completing secondary education outside of Brazil. Note, candidates who are completing high school must present the certificate of completion at the time of enrollment. So even though you are like you are going to be writing your WAEC this year, but by the time, let's say your WAEC is going to be ready next year, you can still participate. I mean, your result will be out next year. So, but you must have an average point of 60%. Have one or more financial manager who can prove they are able, like you have someone that can prove to send resources to you for your maintenance in Brazil. And you must be able to commit to returning to your home country after graduation. You must also meet the language requirements. So there is a clause about this point that you must show commitment to returning to your home country after registration. Before now, when you are done with PEC-G, you are supposed to go back to your country immediately. As a matter of fact, your certificate will be sent to the embassy, Brazilian embassy in your country. They won't give it to you in Brazil. But right now, things have changed. You can get your certificate in your school the moment you are done, and you can also stay back to look for a job right there in Brazil. So they've made some adjustments to these rules. So Portuguese language requirement, case one, if you study Portuguese as an official language throughout high school, you must have the cerebral certificate to prove that you can speak. Case two is that if you do not take a Portuguese language course as an official language in high school, then you must have the cerebral certificate or have a certificate of intermediate level Portuguese language course from Guimarães Institute IGR. There are three cases. The third one is if you did not take a Portuguese language course as an official language in high school and do not have the above documents, then you have an overall average in the subject of the official language in your country in secondary schools at least 60%. And that means for example, if the language, the official language in your country is English, then you must have at least C credits. Then, in addition to that, you have to register for PEC-PLE in addition to PEC-G. So you register for PEC-PLE, and like I showed you earlier, there are schools where you can do this PEC-PLE. So it means that for the first year, you're going to be learning the Portuguese language, and once you are done, let's say after 10 months, you will write the exam, the proficiency exam, which is the cerebras. It is clearly written here that in PEC-PLE you will spend your first year in Brazil taking a free Portuguese language and Brazilian culture course to obtain your cerebral certificate. So once you have obtained your certificate, you will then be able to start your undergraduate degree in PEC-G. That is very simple and clear. Now, who cannot participate? If you are a Brazilian citizen or you have a dual nationality, like Nigerian and Brazilian, you cannot participate. Someone who has any visa or temporary or permanent residence permit in Brazil, you can't participate. Someone who has completed high school in Brazil in whole or in part, you can't participate. Someone who has been selected in another PEC-G selection process, you can't participate. Someone who has been selected in PEC-G selection process, and you can't participate as well. So now let's go to how to apply. See the step by step to register. The first requirement you should do is to read the rules of PEC-G. So thereafter, fill out the online registration form. The link to this registration form is going to be out by the end of this month. So as soon as it is out, I will let you guys know. Then the link will be available shortly, as you can see, and I will let you know as soon as I get the link. Now, you have to research the higher institution in Brazil, look at the courses, look at the institution that interests you, then decide on your vacancy option. So the link to do all of these things is also on this particular page. Now, if you need to learn Portuguese and take the CEPIBRAS exam in Brazil, you must register for PEC-PLE. Don't forget I said it. So in this case, you must also decide on your options for PEC-PLE course. Step number 3, you have to contact the Brazilian embassy or consulate in your country to find out how and when to present the necessary document. For example, if you are from Nigeria, you necessarily don't need to go to the embassy. There is an email, I think, that you can send to. Okay, so step number 4, submit the necessary document to the Brazilian embassy or consulate. Then step number 5, complete your registration at the embassy or consulate. And what are the documents that you need? Original copy of your secondary school leaving certificate. Second thing you need is copy of your academic transcript, testimonial in this case. Step number 3, birth certificate. 4, your mother's birth certificate identification document. Number 5, copy of your father's birth certificate identification. Notes that regarding items 3, 4, and 5, all identification documents must contain the place and date of birth. Yeah, so the next one is medical certificate or physical and mental health to show that you are capable of doing what you plan to do. Okay, next one is original financial responsibility. Don't forget that PEC-G is actually initially what it means that you are coming to Brazil to study for free. So they are not promising you monthly allowance. They are not promising you well-being allowance, but then you are coming to Brazil to study. So at the point of application, you must also show that you have like a sponsor, someone that can be responsible for your monthly well-being, right? So you must show like a proof of funds in this regard, like a sponsor. Okay, so that's the idea. However, when you get to Brazil, there is usually yearly scholarship that PEC-G student can apply for. So once you get, almost all of them have it. So once you get to Brazil and you are already enrolled for your program, you also apply for the scholarship, and they are going to be paying you. I think from the last one I heard, maybe it is 1,000 reais or 1,050 reais. I don't know. So it depends. It depends on school. It depends on region. It depends on state. Some could be collecting more. So if you are also a medical student, you could be collecting more. I don't know. But then I just let it is important for you to show some level of financial responsibility, or someone is going to be responsible for this. Okay, before you come. So read all the information you need to know about this. So proof of income of the financially responsible person must also, that is a statement, bank statement of the person. Then official identification of this person must also be attached. Then original registration commitment form. There is a commitment form you will need to fill to certify that you are ready. You'll be committed to the program. So you are going to also fill the form here and attach it to the registration document. If you are only going to register for PEC-G, original copy of the CEPIBRAS certificate, or then you have to take note of all of this information. If your own case is that you are applying directly to PEC-G, don't forget PEC-G is for someone that can speak Portuguese already. Okay, so you can read some important information here as well, which will be so like I said, if you want to check the results of the previous people that were selected, you can see them here. And like I told you, more than 40 people from Nigeria were selected, many people from Ghana, and what have you. So guys, whichever country you're watching this video from, try as much as possible to share with your younger ones or whoever that you think is interested in coming to Brazil under the PEC-G. This is a very interesting program. PEC-G has been a system from time immemorial. Yeah, so take advantage of this opportunity, and if you are in like someone, maybe you have even done your first degree, but you still plan to come to Brazil to start again, you can apply for this. Why not? So guys, I'm wishing you best of luck. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to like this video. Most importantly, I want you to share this value. I want you to share this information with someone that will be interested, and I want you to also subscribe to this channel. I will greatly appreciate that. Thank you once again for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the loyalty. I really take it to heart. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. At a breve. Ciao, ciao.